On January 28, 2010, 27-year-old Jessica Lloyd did not show up for work at a company in Belleville, Ontario. She was known for being punctual and responsible, so her absence immediately raised concern. When friends and co-workers were unable to reach her, police were called to her home. They found her car in the driveway and her front door locked, but there was no sign of her inside. A quick check revealed that her phone and wallet were still in the house, which only deepened the worry. Jessica had sent a few final text messages to friends around 10:30 p.m. the night before, but after that, all contact stopped. A neighbor reported hearing noises that night but thought it was just someone walking a dog. There were faint boot prints outside her home that the police photographed. The investigation began with interviews, public alerts, and a growing fear that something terrible had happened. Police checked traffic logs from a nearby highway that had been set up to monitor speeders. These logs included tire tracks from vehicles that had passed during the night of Jessica's disappearance. Investigators noticed an unusual pattern in a set of tire treads near Jessica's home that matched one of the vehicles logged by the roadside checks. The vehicle was a Nissan Pathfinder registered to a man named Russell Williams. Williams was a high-ranking colonel in the Canadian Forces and commander of the country's largest military airbase at CFB Trenton. He was well respected and had no prior criminal history. When police first brought him in for questioning, they were careful not to show their hand. But their growing evidence made the situation impossible to ignore. During a long and calm interrogation, the officer gradually revealed that the tires on Williams's SUV matched the tracks found near Jessica's home. The officer also showed that boot prints at the scene matched military-issued boots. As the pressure mounted, Williams began to shift in his seat. He asked what would happen if he were to cooperate. Then came the admission. Russell Williams confessed not only to kidnapping and murdering Jessica Lloyd, but also to another murder and several home invasions. Just months earlier, in November 2009, 38-year-old Corporal Marie France Comeau had been found dead in her home. Her murder had remained unsolved, but Williams now admitted to breaking into her house, attacking her, and eventually killing her. She had served under his command. What shocked investigators most was that Williams had been leading a double life. He had served in the military for decades, earned trust and honors, and lived with his wife in a quiet neighborhood. Yet in secret, he had been breaking into homes, stealing underwear, taking photos, and escalating over time to sexual assault and murder. His house was searched, and police found thousands of pieces of women's lingerie, detailed logs, and photos that Williams had taken of his victims and of himself wearing their clothing. Williams led police to Jessica Lloyd's body, which he had buried in a secluded area off a rural road. The crime scene was haunting. He had kept her alive for nearly 24 hours before killing her and leaving her body in the cold. He had also recorded her final moments. When the full scope of his crimes became known, public shock turned into outrage. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of sexual assault, and dozens of counts of breaking and entering. At trial, he pled guilty to all charges. The court proceedings were graphic, as the evidence included photographs, videos, and detailed journals that left nothing to the imagination. Williams was stripped of his military rank and medals, his uniform was destroyed, and his awards were burned. He was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole for 25 years.